Dennis Schroder is going to the Hall of Fame. At first, that sounds crazy. An NBA journeyman, no all-star teams, no NBA titles. Known more for the contract he turned down than the contracts he signed. To most fans in the United States, he is a solid point guard and nothing more. But that is because most fans only see one part of his story. The Hall in Springfield is not an NBA Hall of Fame. It is a basketball Hall of Fame. Every level matters. And when you look at Dennis Schroder through the lens of FIBA basketball, his career stops being a meme and starts looking like a dynasty. We are talking about a guard who carried a country that was never a powerhouse, who did what Dirk Nowitzki himself always dreamed of but never achieved, who outplayed superstars like Luka Giannis and a full roster of NBA All-Stars when it mattered most. So today we are taking off the NBA goggles and telling the real story of FIBA Dennis Schroder. How a so-called average guard became the greatest player in the history of German basketball and built a Hall of Fame resume right in front of everyone. To understand Dennis, you have to start with Dirk. For years, Germany had one global superstar. Dirk Nowitzki was a Finals MVP, an NBA champion, and a legend in Dallas. On the international stage, he was a monster as well. He dragged Germany to deep runs and even won MVP trophies at major tournaments. But there was one thing he never did. He never brought home gold. In the history of German basketball before Dennis, there was only one major title. Eurobasket, 1993. No Olympic gold. No World Cup gold. Nothing with Dirk at the center that finished with his country on the top step of the podium. For the national team, that gap was huge. So when Eurobasket 2015 rolled around, it became a symbolic passing of the torch. Dirk was nearing 40, and this would be his last dance for Germany. At the same time, a skinny young point guard with wild speed and sharper confidence showed up in a German jersey, Dennis Schroder. On that roster, it was simple. Dirk and Dennis against Europe. At Eurobasket 2015-15, Dennis exploded. He was not a cute sidekick. He was the engine. He led Germany in scoring. He finished near the top of the entire tournament in points per game. He added rebounds. He set up teammates, stat for stat. He stood next to giants like Pau Gasol and looked like he belonged. Yet the team fell apart. Germany lost tight games in the group stage. They crashed out early. Dirk's farewell ended in disappointment. No miracle run. No medal. No gold. Just silence in the locker room. On paper, Dennis looked like a rising international star. 20-plus points. Strong assist numbers. On the court, he all-tournament team. Germany reached the quarterfinals and pushed powerful opponents. Still no medal. At the 2019, Germany went home in the group stage. For NBA fans, Dennis was a microwave guard off the bench. For FIBA fans, he was turning into something else. An elite international star who always fought, always produced, and always went home too early. The question started to hang over him. Maybe he is great, but can he truly lead a champion? The answer began to change at Eurobasket 2022. This time, Dennis was not alone. Germany finally had another NBA-level weapon, Franz Wagner. Young, tall, skilled, and fearless. For the first time since Dirk, the national team had a legit 1-2 punch. Expectations were still modest. People thought Germany could be annoying, not terrifying. Then the game started. Germany rolled through the group stage. Dennis attacked the paint. Franz sliced in from the wing. Role players hit shots and played tough defense. In the knockouts, Germany made a statement. They upset powerhouse teams. They went toe-to-toe with Giannis and Greece and did not blink. Dennis dropped big scoring nights while also running the offense like a seasoned floor general. In the semifinal, they lost a heartbreaker to the eventual champions. Yet because of the format, there was still one game left, the bronze medal match. For European fans, bronze is not a consolation prize. It is history. Germany handled business. Dennis closed the tournament with another strong performance. He finished Eurobasket as one of the top scorers, one of the top passers, and again on the all-tournament team. This time, though, there was hardware. Germany stood on the podium with bronze medals around their necks. It was not gold, but it was proof. With Dennis at the head of the snake, Germany could be a serious force. The narrative shifted from he puts up numbers to this guy might actually be building something. Then came the 2023 FIBA World Cup. On paper, Germany was solid but not unbeatable. The field was stacked. Canada had Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Slovenia had Luka. Serbia had Syria, where Dennis went for 30 and 8 and outplayed NBA guards like Josh Giddey and Patty Mills. They blew out other opponents with balanced scoring and relentless pace. Through it all, Dennis controlled everything. Whenever the games got tight, he turned up the pressure. He broke full-court presses, hit pull-up jumpers, drove to the rim at will. In the knockout rounds, Germany met Slovenia and Luka. This time, Dennis was not just a side story. He went directly at Luka. He scored in bunches. He picked apart the defense in pick and roll. He put constant pressure on the paint. Germany dropped 100 points and sent Slovenia home. A few days later came the turning point. The semi-final against Team USA, a team loaded with NBA All-Stars and rising stars. Brunson, Edwards-Haliburton, Banchero, Jackson. Any one of them could drop 30 on a given night. Germany did not care. Dennis played like a man who had seen this movie already. He ran pick and roll to perfection. He split traps. He punished switches. He found Franz and Daniel Theis for open looks again and again. When the fourth quarter tightened and Team USA made a run, Dennis answered with cold-blooded jumpers and fearless drives. Germany put up 113 points and stunned the world. The world champions of the NBA just got knocked out by Dennis Schroder and Germany. The final against Serbia proved it was no fluke. Serbia is one of the great basketball nations on earth. Even without Nikola Jokic, they had experience and toughness. The game swung back and forth. Early on, Serbia hit shots and pushed the pace. Germany answered. Dennis found his rhythm in the mid-range. He attacked closeouts. He drew fouls. By halftime, the score was tied, and the arena felt like a pressure cooker. In the second half, Germany slowly took control. Their defense locked in. Every possession was a war. Serbia refused to go away. In the fourth quarter, Aleksa Avramovic exploded and dragged Serbia back into striking distance. The lead shrank. German fans felt history slipping through their fingers. That was the moment when a Hall of Fame case turned from theory into fact. With the gold medal on the line, the ball found Dennis at the top of the floor. Shot clock running down, defender in front, entire tournament on his shoulders. He attacked off the dribble, slid past his man, went high off the glass and buried the dagger layup that killed the Serbian comeback. Germany held on. The buzzer sounded. They were FIBA world champions for the first time ever. Dennis finished the final with 28 points and 6 assists. He averaged nearly 19 points and 6 assists for the tournament. He was named World Cup MVP. He had done what Dirk never could. He took Germany all the way to the top of the world. One gold might be called a dream run. 2 golds in a row is something else. That is a dynasty. Eurobasket 2025 arrived with more pressure than Germany had ever felt. This time, they were not underdogs. They were the team everyone wanted to beat. The field was absurd. Giannis with Greece, Jokic with Serbia, Luka with Slovenia, Lauri Markkanen with Finland, Sengun with Turkey. Every night meant facing at least one NBA star. Germany welcomed the challenge. They were deeper. Franz Wagner was now a full NBA star. His brother Moritz had grown into a major piece. Other veterans had gained confidence from the World Cup run. In the group stage, Germany destroyed Montenegro, Sweden, Lithuania, Great Britain, Finland. The scores looked like video games. They routinely passed 100 points. Dennis did not even need to go full hero mode. He picked his spots. Some nights he scored in the 20s. Other nights he focused on playmaking and defense. Yet when things got tight, he always stepped in. In the knockouts, the difficulty spiked. They breezed past Portugal. Then came another duel with Luka and Slovenia. Luka went crazy and dropped close to 40. Germany answered with balance. Dennis put up 20 and 7. Franz did his thing. Free throws and defense closed the door. In the semifinal, Finland tried to pull another upset after already eliminating Jokic and Serbia earlier in the tournament. Dennis shut that door personally. He put on a masterclass with 26 points and 12 assists. He dissected the defense, hit deep jumpers, found shooters in the corners, used every trick he had picked up over a decade of international play. Germany punched their ticket to another final. The Eurobasket final against Turkey might end up as the single game people replay when they argue about Dennis in the Hall of Fame. Turkey had every reason to believe they were coached by a legendary European winner. They had NBA talent in Alperen Şengün and Sadie Osman, plus elite EuroLeague guards. In the opening minutes, Turkey blitzed Germany. They hit threes. They attacked inside. They jumped out to a huge early lead. For a moment, it looked like Germany were rattled. Then the world champions remembered who they were. Germany chipped away behind hustle plays and transition buckets. Dennis found open teammates and pushed the pace. By the end of the first quarter, the lead had nearly vanished. The second quarter swung back to Turkey. Şengün bullied his way to the rim. Osman hit deep shots. Turkey went into halftime up by 6. In the third, Germany tightened the screws. They hit threes of their own. They clogged the paint. For every Turkish punch, Germany answered. Going into the final quarter, it was a one-possession game. Fans on both sides were on their feet. The last 10 minutes looked like something out of a movie. Turkey would hit a huge shot. Germany would respond. Şengün scored in the post. Franz answered with drives and tough finishes. Role players like Isaac Bonga made massive plays at both ends. With about 5 minutes left, Turkey held a small lead and the pressure peaked. That is when Dennis entered the story one last time. He controlled every possession down the stretch. He called his own number when the team needed a bucket. He fed teammates when the defense overplayed him. Then came the iconic moment. Germany up by 1. Clock ticking down. The entire Eurobasket hanging in the balance. Dennis dribbled at the top, drove into the lane, hung in the air, flipped in a high-arcing layup off the glass. Germany closed out the game and became European champions. They had completed the rare double. World title and Euro title back-to-back. In a field full of NBA names, it was Dennis Schroder who took home Eurobasket MVP. His averages over the tournament sat around 20 points and 7 assists. He had done it again. Now pull all of this together. 2 major FIBA titles. 2 MVP trophies at the biggest international tournaments on Earth. A decade of work where Dennis Schroder has almost always been among the top guards in any competition he enters for his country. Historic wins over Luka in Slovenia, over Giannis in Greece, over a fully loaded United States squad, over Serbia, over Turkey in one of the greatest Eurobasket finals ever. All while playing for a nation that before him had never won a global title and had not won Eurobasket in over 30 years. When you compare that to past international legends in Springfield, it becomes undeniable. The hall is filled with players who never dominated the NBA but ruled the international game. Their careers are judged on what they did for their country. By that standard, Dennis stands shoulder to shoulder with them. In fact, he sits in a tiny club. Very few guards in FIBA history have led their country to both World Cup and Eurobasket titles while winning MVP at both. The Basketball Hall of Fame honors impact on the sport as a whole, not just NBA box scores. Dennis changed the story of an entire national program. He took Germany from hopeful underdog to global powerhouse. He inspired a new generation of German guards. He gave his country moments that will be replayed for decades. That is what Hall of Fame careers look like on the world stage. So the next time someone laughs at the idea of Dennis Schroder as a Hall of Famer, you will know the full story. In the NBA, he has been a spark plug guard who bounced between teams. In FIBA, he has been something close to legendary, a champion, an MVP, a closer who turned pressure into history. Dirk Nowitzki is still the greatest German player in NBA history that is not up for debate. But when it comes to the national team, the crown has quietly moved. Dirk was great. Dennis finished the job. Gold in the World Cup, gold in Eurobasket, 2 MVPs on top. When the selection committee in Springfield looks at that resume alongside other international icons, the path is clear. Dennis Schroder will be inducted. Maybe not right away, maybe not without argument. But his place in the story of global basketball is already written. And if you care about the game outside of one league, you know this simple truth. You cannot tell the modern history of FIBA without talking about Dennis Schroder. Thank you for watching.